What's up, guys? We're gonna start this now? Oh yeah, you ready, Fred? Howdy. We're gonna wait for it here. I'll kill you! No! It's not over. Get back in there.
Whoa.
Get in there! You'll see what I can do! I'll fucking show you! Jesus. Oh, we gonna play? We gonna play, Eddie? We gonna play? That's all.
Save it! Come on! Okay?
Looking for a fight, and they might be staring across at each other as equals, despite the fact they are in opposite stages of their career. Rose on the ascent. Jody Threat comfortably at the top right now, having made her debut in Impact Wrestling earlier this year, Josh. A longtime standout of the Ontario and, of course, Toronto wrestling scene. She is looking perhaps at Rose like a young Jody right now. Rose?
I was wondering if there was any of that going on.
They're very much in the infancy of her career. This is her third appearance in an NEW ring. She's made quite an impression every single time, and I'm sure you've already noticed. It's not often you see any wrestler, but certainly not in the women's ranks, who take to the ring in bare feet.
A barefoot wrestler is a special breed, right? This is a person who is trying to say mentally to you, I care less about myself. I am here, I don't care what's on the ground. You can glass, thumbtacks, I am here to compete. You will feel the slap of my kicks. And it is genuinely unbelievable.
We just saw it, that side of the foot right to the head of Jody Threat, and Rose thought she could put her away early. She does have a kickboxing background and is taking that experience into the squared circle with her.
When she doesn't have the size advantage in this match, and sometimes the way to get around that is to chop down the tree. You can start throwing those low kicks that she was throwing earlier. Try to slow down your opponent. Try to make things, build your speed advantage. That may be very well what Rose is looking for here, utilizing that MMA kickboxing background.
She might be trying to make her name here tonight as well. No better way to prove that you are on the level of one of the best in Canada than defeating them in the middle of the ring. Jody Threat.
But you can't take from Jody Threat that she is a member of the Impact Women's Division, well regarded as one of the best rosters out there. Anywhere on the planet, she has seen the top to bottom toughest, and that experience difference may play in this matchup.
And despite the fact that these women have really never met before this evening, you know that they're looking for a fight because they got into it before this show even got started, while the fans were outside the Pearl nightclub in line waiting to make their way in here this evening, Jody Threat and Rose had to be pulled apart by security because they were going at it.
That's unbelievable. A pull apart in front of the fans. Listen, you were already going to fight this night. How hot, how mad, how furious were these two already as we're seconds into a stalled suplex?
All that blood rushing directly into the head of Rose. She's dropped directly on her cranium.
We'll have to keep track now. Is Rose's equilibrium thrown off? Is she going to be able to compete in this match? Or like you're saying, Justin, has the blood rush to the head, has the seconds midair followed by the big suplex taken her out of it?
Well, she took some battle damage before this one even got started. She took a spill down to the concrete in front of this building before this show began. You can see some of the scrapes.
I hate to enter a match injured, but maybe that's just the nature of the beast as she is firing back here. Jody hanging in the ropes. This may be the time for Ropes to fire up. An exchange of words and a giant cactus clothesline sends both ladies spilling to the floor.
Incredible stuff from Jody Threat, who when she comes through with offense like that, it is not a threat, Josh. It is a promise.
You are not kidding. One of the last things I'd ever want to happen to me. We'll see how Rose, if Rose can come back from this. We'll see if Jody wants to force this back into the ring and attempt the pin. A huge forearm cuts her off again, but here we go. Here's Rose.
Back and forth strikes on the outside. This is turning into a hockey fight right now.
A brawl around the arena.
And they're not going to pull them apart now.
Into the post for Threat.
This is what the people came to see as Rose takes the advantage with perhaps a little bit of an underhanded tactic, sending her opponent skull first into the ring post.
Which is about as brutal as it can be. You look at the posts that are used here tonight. There's no padding here. This is the real deal. Running into one of those is no better than getting hit by a car.
And it appears to have given Rose the advantage she was looking for. But now Jody responds with a strike into the post of her own, and Rose is in trouble.
Return the favor, return to sender. But Rose wants her back out of the ring. Going for a single leg. Oh, big punch to the body stops it.
You know, despite the fact that she currently makes her home on Vancouver Island in the Victoria area, Rose originally from out east. She is a Montreal native and likely very familiar with the early days of the career of Jody Threat. A dream match for her. This is one of the opponents that she wanted to square off with when she started her career. And here she is. We've said it a few times tonight, Josh, but perhaps be careful what you wish for.
Regardless of familiarity, she is getting familiar with Jody Threat now, regardless of any sort of past involvement. Oh, the crowd is moving. Jody is calling for that space.
We're about to see a running crossbody.
She grabs a beer from the crowd.
She's getting some energy from the cold gold, and here comes Jody Threat with a spill into the chairs. Rose able to duck out of the way.
Incredible instincts by Rose there to get out of the way, Justin. Jody Threat sending herself flying.
Sometimes you don't need to go between the ropes for a suicide dive. That's the lesson I'm taking from what we just saw.
Couldn't agree more as these two continue to brawl. No quit as they fight through the audience.
And you have to respect the resiliency of Rose.
1 for 1, they both land a straight right. They exchange headbutts. They're fighting a mirror, Justin. Rose still has something left. She gets up to her feet. Here's Jody Threat fighting. Does she have anything left here, Justin?
Jody.
That spill into the chairs, that would finish off lesser opponents.
Staring back at Rose, seeing a ghost of her past, herself perhaps.
Rose being served a beer, maybe the equal dose of the cold gold is exactly what this match needs.
Jody Threat also at the bar right now. These ladies both have beers in hand, and they're gonna meet on the countertop.
Now this is Saturday. This is NEW.
On the bar, taking some sips.
The people know that beer can only lead to a better fight.
Well, they're taking a moment right now.
Hey, we both need a breather. Let's have ourselves a beer.
Especially when you're wrestling against somebody that you idolize the way Rose is in this one. Why not?
Oh, and a race to finish the beer. It's a chugging contest. Jody wins, crushes the beer on her head, and a stunner.
A stunner from Jody Threat directly onto the floor and lights out Rose.
The crowd anything but stunned as they come to life. We're heading back to the ring. This could be it for Rose, Justin. She's taken so much here.
You can see the shock in her eyes right now. She knew what to expect from Jody Threat coming to this one, but it's one thing to think you know what it takes and another to find out.
A reversal is sometimes all it takes, and that's exactly what Rose has done as she's back on the offense in this match.
Back-to-back lariats from Rose gives her a momentary advantage, but Jody Threat able to reverse.
Big drop kick.
Rose back on top with that kick and looking for a cover to put this one away. Kick out perhaps on instinct from Jody Threat.
Pure instincts. That's all these two are acting on at this point.
She still looks lost, and Rose looking to catch her in a chokehold of sorts. Both women back to their feet here.
They've exchanged the blows. They've exchanged the bruise.
Oh, wow. What a kick out from Rose.
Rose is not here to lose.
Like the bush that bears her name. Resiliency. You cannot kill a Rose.
The unbelievable will on display here. They've battled over every square foot of this zone, and they're still coming for more. And the crowd loves it.
Both women earning this audience's respect right now.
Lands on her feet, trying to hook the leg. But Threat is just too strong in that moment.
Veteran awareness. Continuing to ram the shoulder into the midsection of Rose and take away her oxygen.
If you don't have oxygen, you can't win a fight. It's plain as day as that. Up and around, big DDT!
Tornado DDT from Rose. She looks to get right back on the attack.
A huge maneuver and a pin attempt.
I thought that was it. I thought that was it, and Rose did too, you can tell.
That's as close to 3 as you're going to see. That's as close to 3 as you were going to see. And now becomes a question of who has what left. How empty are the tanks?
Jody has already tested Rose physically, and now Rose being tested mentally as well. Does she have what it takes?
Beating down the spine, doing whatever she can. But a roll up out of nowhere.
Roll up from the veteran. Rose able to get those shoulders up, however, and this fight continues.
Pardon the pun, but Jody is a threat at every moment of this match, and that proves it. Drop toe hold into the ropes. And the double knees. What a sequence from Jody Threat.
Big Mac combo from Jody.
Up on the shoulders.
The F416.
Could this be it?
From Jody Threat. And the wild child had to dig deep, but she does indeed get the win.
Rose can still leave with her head held high tonight. What a battle between these two.
The wild child, Jody Threat.
And perhaps Sandra Moon is not the only one with her eyes on that championship gold that currently belongs to Nicole Matthews. What a debut for Jody Threat here in Nation Extreme Wrestling.
The wild child indeed. Do not fight her on a bar. But a great show of respect for Rose. I have a feeling you might see these two cross paths again, Justin.
And in fact, we might get a different result when that happens. because Rose has a very bright future ahead of her. There is no doubt about it.